So we are back with part 7 of the 100 most asked GoPro questions on the internet. Honestly, I didn't realize 100 questions would take this long, but we're on part 7 and there are still 50 left. It's kind of fun. Some of them are really dumb, but maybe we can get through 20 today. I think that's my goal. Let's get through 20.
Mr. Black.
By the way, welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Black, and if you are new here, don't be a stranger. Click that button right there. Also, if you want to catch up on the first 1 through 6 parts of the series, I'll put a playlist up here. You can check that out. Obviously, I'm not in my office. I'm in Michigan visiting with my family. And just a quick mention, I'm also using the Insta360 Link webcam right now. It's been really great using it, and I mean, it looks phenomenal. So I'm enjoying that a lot. It actually also follows me too. So hey, yeah, cool, right? And links to everything you can find down in the description, plus some coupon codes for some really good GoPro accessories and a surprise link. And you know what, before we go any further, I will not be putting any mid-roll ads except for this one, because you'll see. Now, if there was ever a product I could just solely endorse, it would be Motion Array. If you are a video editor, Motion Array is where you can find some of the best plugins. And those plugins are how you get some really cool graphics for your videos, or even live streams. Like when I need to make an intro for something, I can easily browse through Motion Array. I search through their intros, their titles, or whatever. Like that July intro I did, that was all from Motion Array, and I made that in like 20 minutes. And there are a lot to choose from, and they're also adding new ones all the time. And I get it, this sounds like an ad because it kind of is, but this is exactly what I'd be telling any of my friends or family that are looking for cool effects for the videos. It's just, I highly recommend it. I love it. I use it all the time. If you click the link in the description or the pinned comment to let them know that I sent you, you can save $50 on an annual plan. But you can just click the link and check it out for yourself, browse through some of those effects. Well, don't do it now, you know, wait till the end of the video, but get back to it. But let's try to get through 20 questions and do it quickly so that, you know, you're not bored. So first one, who invented GoPro? So Nick Woodman is the CEO and founder of GoPro. He is a California surfer dude, and back in 2002, he saved up his money from selling shell and bead belts and camera straps out of his Volkswagen van. And he also got a loan from his parents and basically kind of saved up $200,000 and started investing in this company. And you know what? I think it was a good investment. Which GoPro should I buy in 2022? Well, it all does depend what you need a GoPro for. Like really, GoPro Hero 7 is still a good camera. That 4K with Hypersmooth looks really good. I also think the Hero 9 is still really good too, because you also have that front-facing screen. The Hero 10 doesn't blow the Hero 9 away, but navigating through the menu is a little bit easier and faster. The colors are a little bit better, and you get a little bit better specs for your slow motion, which I think is very important. And you know, 2022 will bring us the Hero 11. It's probably out by the time you're watching this. Okay, all right. When will the Hero 11 come out? Well, okay, this video will get dated very quickly. And there's gonna be some better questions from this list, I'm sure. Not all are gonna be about the Hero 11. But as of uploading this on September 4th, I assume it's gonna come out within the next 3 weeks. Okay, the next one here is, where do I find the serial number? Well, you can actually find the serial number by swiping down, swipe over, click preferences, swipe all the way down, click about, click camera info, and there it is. That's how you find the serial number. That's easy. Let's move on to the next one. How to connect GoPro to iPhone. So you download the quick app from GoPro. Make sure that your Wi-Fi connection on your GoPro is enabled. And to do that, you just swipe down, swipe over, click connections. And you can also even make it easier and say connect device and do it this way. But other than that, you just open up the quick app and you press the plus button to add a new GoPro, and it will prompt you to do the rest, and it's really easy. All right, the next one is, why was the Session discontinued? So I think GoPro was really ambitious with the Session. They wanted to make a tinier camera for those action shots, people that didn't need all the other things that GoPro had, just the camera. And I think their main problem was around 2014, 2015, the Session came out and they priced it way too high, and people didn't really want to buy it. But at that same time, they had that huge jump in their market share. It went up really high, so I think that they might have just got ahead of themselves a little bit on that. Can GoPro charge while recording? Yes, you can. You just plug it in and you hit record. Now, it might not show up as the charging lightning bolt up there, but it is charging. Or it might not necessarily be charging that battery, it just will work and not be using the battery. All right, here's another one. We are flying through this. This is great. Can GoPro do time lapses? Now, I could just say yes, but there's so much more to time lapses on GoPros. I mean, you have time warp that gives you really good hyperlapses, so you can kind of hold the camera steady and walk through an area like really slowly, and it just keeps it stable and it looks amazing. You can do night sky time lapses, and I did a night sky challenge on this channel, and that was really cool. Like, check this one out. This was the winner. This is Frozen, but there were also a lot of other really great submissions. How to capture the stars. And that's pretty good timing because I was just talking about that. I'm gonna actually put the settings up right here, and you can freeze frame it if you want, but it also depends on how dark it is, because if the moon's out, you might want it a little bit different than if there's no moon or no light pollution at all. So how to get the GoPro without the screen. So if you wanna disable your screens, let's look at the front one first. You just swipe down, click this button, then hit the X, and then check, and it's off. It's that easy. For the back screen, you can't really turn it off directly. I mean, then you'd be really hard to be able to turn it on, I suppose, but you can put that timer. So if it's not in use for a little bit, you can set it down to 1 minute. So after a minute, it will turn off. But you can also just adjust the brightness of it, and you can turn the brightness way down. You can get it all the way down to 10% of brightness. And that's also a really good battery saving method too. So give that a try. How to use a GoPro. This might be the best question I've ever seen on this list. How would you actually answer that quickly? How about turn it on, look through the presets, press some buttons, scroll through the menus. Also, check out my playlist of GoPro stuff. I do a lot showing you how to use your GoPro. I'm also working on a website right now that's gonna give a complete GoPro guide, especially for beginners and even people that aren't beginners, but they just might not be up with the latest tech for the GoPro. So I'm working on that really hard, and hopefully it will be out before the end of the year. What is the best mic for the GoPro? I'll give 3 answers. The onboard mics are actually really good. But for me, I like to put the wind slayer on the GoPro, and that way it kind of covers it from any wind noise, and then you turn off, make sure you turn off wind reduction, and those mics sound great. Now, if you're using a media mod or the 3.5mm adapter for a microphone, I would actually say that Nova microphone that I just reviewed is really good, and it only comes in at $30. Now, if you want to get really technical, I love these DJI wireless microphones. These things are great. They don't plug directly into a GoPro. I mean, no microphones really do, but you use that 3.5mm adapter or the media mod, and you can plug into it, and then you're wireless. Or you can just record internally on the microphone, and you can just sync it up later when you're editing. But I like it simple. I like the Wind Slayer and the GoPro onboard mics. I think they're great. Will GoPro replace a broken camera? Yes, they will. If you have a subscription, they'll replace up to 2 GoPros per year. And it doesn't matter when you bought the GoPro. I mean, when I got my Hero 5 replaced, I bought that back in 2016, and I broke it in 2017, and it was a paperweight for a long time. And then I got onto the subscription, and I was able to replace that. I replaced it with a Hero 9, which I then did a giveaway for, and the lucky person won a Hero 9. So, always stay tuned to this channel for giveaways, because I do that all the time, even a Hero 11 coming up. Why is GoPro frozen? I honestly think the GoPro freezes because of the SD card. A lot of people get cheap SD cards, bad brands or whatever. They just don't really think about it. They think that all SD cards are the same, but they aren't. I like the SanDisk Extreme Pro. I'm not sponsored by them whatsoever, but I have never had problems with that card. I've had other cards in the GoPro, and I see them freeze. And then I put that card in, no problems at all. So make sure you get that one. I will put a link down in the description so you can find it on Amazon. How does GoPro stabilization work? Now, when you add Hypersmooth, it crops in the video a bit, and it uses its advanced algorithms and AI technology or whatever, and it will balance around within that crop to keep it as stable as possible, kind of looking like this. And honestly, we should give a lot more credit to this whole stabilization thing, because they have come a long way, and it's just ridiculous how smooth this stuff looks. Will GoPro work with a remote? Yes, it will. It doesn't even have to be GoPro's remote. Telesin has a really good remote that I've featured on this channel many times, but you can also even get like those little tiny remotes that have Bluetooth that you use with your phone that will also connect to your GoPro. I mean, to start it and stop it if you need to. With some of the ones like the Telesin one, you can actually power it on, power it off. You can change between photo and video. You can also change between different presets if you need to, and obviously start and stop your recording. Will GoPro work without Wi-Fi? Absolutely, and honestly, when I use a GoPro, I usually keep the Wi-Fi off. I keep the GPS off. I turn off voice commands. Unless I need them, it's not hard to turn them back on, but for the most part, it kind of saves battery, and I think it makes the GoPro work a little bit better. Why is GoPro so expensive? Well, to me, if you put this into perspective, like if you were to get a camera back in, let's say the 90s, way bigger, doesn't have anything near the quality it has and all the features, and you're paying like at least twice what you'd pay for a GoPro, and that was even back then. So to me, I don't think that they're overpriced. I don't think that they're too expensive. You know, obviously not everyone can afford one. Dad, my dad's right there. Dad, how much was your first camera that you bought? When you used to buy like those Sony Handycams, how much were they?
Oh, those? Gosh, about $700.
$700? What about those big ones with the VHS?
My first one was $1,300.
Yeah, so his first one, $1,300. Yeah, 86. And that today would, like, $1,300 back then is like $3,600 today. Don't have the mindset that it's so expensive, because it really isn't. Which GoPro can live stream? So I believe it starts with the Hero 8. The Hero 8, you can live stream directly from it, but not actually directly from it. You have to go through the app. And then with the app, you either use, you know, your phone's data or you connect to Wi-Fi. I've done it a couple of times. I've featured it on this channel. I've live streamed with the Hero 9 and the Hero 10, and they're okay. It's okay. It's not the best. It's better than going from your phone as far as the stabilization goes. But I recommend either having another data source like a Wi-Fi box that's portable, or just using Wi-Fi in the home, because using your phone and your data, it's just, sometimes it's a very frustrating thing, like even trying to set it up. Sometimes it can take like 15, 20 minutes just to even connect. We got one more question here. What GoPro to buy? Again, this kind of depends on what your needs are, but the wise words of Barney Stinson.
New is always better.
All right, so we flew through that list. Now, and we only have 30 more, so maybe we can get through this in 10 parts. That would be great. Stay tuned to the channel, a lot more to go. Check out Motion Array as well, and leave a comment. Let me know any questions you might have about GoPro, and maybe we'll pick one of those at random next time. So, thanks for watching, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.
Mr. Black.